Hey guys, on episode 3 of Irish Whiskey Month, I will be drinking Tullamore D.E.W. Stick around. Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of With or Without Whiskey. I'm your host Ryan, and for episode 3 of Irish Whiskey Month, I will be drinking Tullamore D.E.W. A couple weeks ago, I asked a question on my Instagram. What would you guys like to see? A review on a whiskey that's rare and hard to find, or classic and available? Most of you picked classic and available. So, for the next couple of weeks, I'll be doing some episodes on easy to find whiskeys like Tullamore D.E.W. So, let's see if I'm going to be with it or without it. But before we do, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button down below. It shows support for the channel and helps other people find us. The Tullamore D.E.W. distillery was first established in 1829. Tullamore is a small town in Ireland, and D.E.W. are the initials of the distiller Daniel Edmund Williams, whose face is on every bottle. He started working at the distillery as a stable boy at age 15, and by age 25, he became the distillery manager. Eventually, he would become the owner of the distillery and change the name from Tullamore to Tullamore D.E.W. In 1954, the Tullamore D.E.W. distillery closed down due to the raised taxes and the backlash Prohibition had left on the whiskey industry. It would remain closed for 60 years until William Grant & Sons bought the brand in 2010 and opened a new distillery in 2014. Tullamore D.E.W. is a blend of single pot still, single malt, and single grain whiskeys. It is triple distilled and aged in ex-bourbon and ex-sherry casks. It is 80 proof or 40% ABV and costs about $20 to $25. All right, let's get into it. So take a look at the color. It's pretty light. It's got a golden tint to it, roughly the same color as most of the other Irish whiskeys I've done this month. All right, let's get into the nose. Okay, so right up front, I'm getting a lot of those malty notes and a little bit of that musty flavor that you'll get. It's a little bit floral. I'm getting some of those metallic notes that you'll get in a lot of pot still whiskeys. So seeing as this has some pot still whiskey in it, it's not unheard of to get that scent. It's a little earthy. I'm getting kind of like a grassy note, and there's like a little bit of like toasty notes in there, almost like a toasted cookie. All right, let's get into the taste. Cheers, guys. So on the taste, it's very malt heavy. Like you can definitely taste the malt whiskey in this. It's got some earthiness to it too. There's like some grassy notes, a little bit of honey, and I'm also getting that that metallic note in there as well, like that copper penny kind of taste. Let's give it another shot. There's a little bit of like cocoa in there, like cocoa powder. But the main note you're really getting off of this is definitely a malt note. The finish on this one isn't too crazy. It's pretty short. I'm getting that metallic note on the finish, and I'm getting kind of like a young grainy taste as well, almost like corn dust or something you'll get in like a younger whiskey. Let's see what happens when we add a little bit of water to it. Ooh, okay. On the nose, the water definitely opened it up. It's got a lot more floral notes. It's a lot sweeter. I'm getting a little bit of honey, a little bit of caramel on that as well. There's a little bit of vanilla and maybe some fruity notes on there as well, like maybe like a crisp apple. Let's see what it did to the taste. Okay, the water opened up the nose a lot, but it kind of made the taste a little less enjoyable. I'm still getting the malty notes and the musty notes that I was getting before, but a lot of those young grain whiskey kind of flavors are punching through a lot more than they were before. On top of that, this has a lot of oak on the flavor, a little bit more than I was kind of expecting. Let's try it one more time, see if there's anything else. Yeah, it's malty, it's got some oakiness to it, there's a little bit of grain to it, and there's still some of that earthy note on there, like that grassy note. Not peated, it doesn't taste like a peated scotch or something along those lines, but it's definitely got some robust flavors. All right, stick around for the grade. So for Tullamore D.E.W, I'm gonna give it a 65 out of 100. The nose wasn't too bad at the beginning. It had a lot of those earthy notes, a little bit of floral notes, a little musty, a little malty. There was a little bit of nutty kind of toasted nuts in there, and it had some metallic notes as well. The taste, a lot of those notes carried over. It was malty, musty, a little bit of honey, but mostly metallic and earthy. The finish was nothing crazy, really nothing at all. Very short, pretty grainy, and a little metallic. The water opened up the nose a lot. It made it smell really good. It brought a lot of those fruit flavors out, plus some vanilla and caramel, but it really didn't deliver on the palate. Malt, oak, and grain with a little bit of earthiness to it. So for Tullamore D.E.W, I think I'm gonna go without it. Yeah, it's cheap. Yeah, you'll be able to find it wherever. It's in most bars, it's in most liquor stores, but so's Jameson, so's Bushmills, so are a bunch of other Irish whiskeys that definitely taste a lot better than this. I am not gonna say this is bad, but it's definitely not something I'm going to gravitate to. Compared to some of the other budget, readily available Irish whiskeys, in my opinion, this one really didn't stand up. It wasn't anything special. It really didn't stick out to me. It was, at best, okay. All right, well, that does it for today's episode of With or Without Whiskey. If you enjoyed it and you had a good time, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button down below. Also give me a like and hit the bell notification. That way you guys get informed every time I drop a new video. Also, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Do you like Tullamore D.E.W, or do you think it's okay? What's your go-to Irish whiskey? Is it this one, or is it something like Jameson? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Until next time, stay safe, everyone. Take care.